Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Slice of Shonen. I am your host, Dalukaard, and today we'll be reacting to Higurashi When They Cry, episode 24, which means that this is going to be the season finale of Higurashi When They Cry Go. Now, I know there were many of us that thought that there were supposed to be like 30 plus episodes, but I have received intel from special sources that this is in fact going to be the finale, but in July of 2021, we are going to be getting a next season, which I think is actually really good, because I was wondering how they were going to wrap up the rest of the season in one episode. I thought it would at least take like 4 or 5 more, but apparently we're getting an entirely new season, so we have a lot more content to look forward to, and I'm excited for July. But anyways, in the last episode, we received somewhat of a redemption arc for a very unlikely character, and that character was none other than Teppei, who is Satoko's uncle. Now, we know that Teppei is not a good guy. His story kind of starts with him becoming Satoko's guardian after her parents had unfortunately passed away, and from that point on, he just proceeded to do really terrible things to Satoko and her brother Satoshi. One of those things being taking the money from Satoko's parents' will and not using a dime of it on either of their kids. Instead, they just spent it all on snacks, on booze, and they gambled it away. And then Teppei and his wife were also very abusive towards Satoko and her brother, and we see now just how bad it was because of how traumatized Satoko was when he finally returned. But anyways, Teppei ended up leaving the Hinamizawa village a while back because during the festival his wife was killed. He thought that he was gonna be next, and so he fled the town, and things got a lot better for Satoko from that point because she like moved in with Rika and they were staying together. They were having a great time at the school, and now Teppei has finally made a return for some strange reason. Now, before last episode, we had no idea why he returned, but apparently the reason why was because he had a change of heart, and that change of heart came from none other than Satoko. So we know Satoko is now a looper, and apparently there's this strange phenomenon where people that hang around loopers for a very long time begin to receive memories of events that happened to them in past timelines. So 2 examples of that was Keiichi remembering that he had killed all of his friends in a separate timeline, and more specifically Teppei having relived events of him being killed in multiple different timelines, and this kind of convinced him to want to change his life for the better, because he didn't want to die alone in his home having done nothing with his life. He wants to make a positive contribution before he does meet his final day, and he decided to do that by actually being a good guardian to Satoko. So he came back to the village and he tried to show Satoko that he did in fact care for her. There was a part where some thugs were about to, I guess, beat up Satoko, which is weird because she's like a little girl. She's only like, what, 10 years old? And they were about to beat her up, but Teppei jumped in front of her and kind of took the brunt of the butt whooping for her. So I guess he's kind of started to take steps towards changing. But with that all out of the way, let's get right into this episode. If you guys are excited for the episode, make sure to leave a like. It'll help me and the video out so much more than you might think. So if you could take the time to do that real quick, I would very much appreciate it. And also consider subscribing to the channel for more, well, I would say Higurashi reactions, but this is the last one. But we do have the spring 2021 anime coming out soon. I'm thinking of reacting to My Hero Academia, maybe Eden Zero. There's one anime called like To Your Eternity. I think that'd be pretty interesting to watch. And also Megalobox, maybe Nagatoro. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I guess you'll just have to subscribe to find out. And with that all out of the way, let's get right into this episode. Alright, and we'll be starting this episode in 3, 2, 1. Man, the finale. This is crazy. I feel like things just started getting interesting too. So it's weird to see it ending so soon. Oh, use him. So yeah, I think that solidifies the theory of her faking and pretending like Teppei was this terrible guy when he came back. We captured Tomitake. I thought they were together. She's so angry and they're so calm. Man, she's really having a hard time accepting this. Why does she want this so desperately though? I guess you guys that watch the original know. She is holding on to that book for dear life. But that has like her father's research notes, right? Or grandfather? Dang. Wow. So they were using her this whole time. That's why they're not, that's why they're like stress-free right now. God, I don't know why that was so hard. Oh no, this does not sound good. Did they empty all of the bullets? Oh, snap. So there's one left. Oh god. Oh, wow. So have we met this Nomura guy? I can't put a face to his name if we have. Oh my god. So they were planning this from the beginning. Even their code names are based around it. And they used her this whole time. So did she genuinely care about following through with the research and figuring out what the heck this Hinamizawa syndrome was? And these guys don't care at all? These guys are so cold, man. Oh my god. Oh, and this is... Oh, snap. Wow. So she had a miracle as well. Oh, and is this why she doesn't... Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. But maybe this is why she did things differently. Oh, flashback time. Are we gonna see young Takano here? That dude kind of looks like an old Ace Attorney Phoenix, right? Why is everyone so disrespectful in this anime, man? So this is why she cares so much about his research. Man, see, it's so interesting. You're starting to realize that these quote-unquote bad people aren't really bad after all. Well, I guess Teppei is an exception, because he was bad, but became good. And I think Takano had good intentions, but maybe had a bad way of going about it. Yeah, I think she knows that Nomura's gonna backstab her now, so she's gonna come up with a plan. Tomitake, hear it? Okay. Ooh. Inject Tomitake with it. Okay, so I didn't quite 100% understand it. But this injection... So, like, Hinamizawa syndrome is, like, a natural thing, right? It's a thing that naturally happens to people in Hinamizawa. It's like a brain parasite. But this serum, or this injection that they have, does it accelerate that brain parasite's progression or something? It, like, almost immediately drives them insane? Whereas, with the brain parasite, as long as they don't leave, they're fine? Is that how it works? I really just want to know how Satoshi got mixed into all of this. That's probably the biggest question in my head right now. So my guess was, is this how she's going to get a hold of the serum? Now that she's in the hospital? Wow. What a good guy, man. He wants her to follow her own dreams instead of trying to fulfill his. Oh, festival time. And we all know that means bad news. There's Rika doing her thing. Okay. Oh? Wait, where's Shion? Because Keiichi, or she took Keiichi here last time, but not this time. Okay. She is probably telling him what she knows Nomura's about to do. Okay, I remember this. Yep. Oh, so that's the result of her having this change of heart. They ended up getting caught this time. Wow, and I guess this is kind of the curse that comes with being a looper. You can go back and relive timelines, but they could slightly change, and even the smallest change could completely ruin your plans. That's why Rika wasn't able to do it for so long. Oh, snap! Oh, and this is where it begins. I think we all can agree Satoko's taking things too far now. Oh, okay, I get it. So now she's gonna get the injection. And she's gonna start using it to inject people and curse them and make them kill Rika. Holy crap. Satoko is an evil mastermind, man. Dark Lord Satoko. How's she gonna get her hands on it, though? Did she see the code, maybe? I don't know. How's she gonna crack it open? And how did a little girl get this far? Like, what? No one saw her? She's coming back. Oh, why are you kidding me? She's insane. She's looping over and over and over and over until she finally gets it right. Oh my god. Hey, any of you math whizzes out there, you know how many tries it would have taken her? Like the maximum number of tries it would have taken her to figure it out? That's kind of crazy, dude. And this is how she gets her hands on it. Dang. And now that she knows the code, she can easily just loop and grab it again. No guilt at all. See, I knew this was her mindset, man. Since she can just loop, she doesn't care about what happens in any of these timelines that aren't her perfect timeline. Because she can just start a new one. And these are the different timelines in Go. Dang. Ugh, dude, how the tables have turned. Sotsu. Is that the name of the next season? Sotsu? Wow, man. Wow. That is... What an interesting, what an interesting way of looking at things. Because, I don't know if you guys have seen ReZero. Well, is this a spoiler? No, the series is super old, so there's no way. If you guys haven't seen it, then this isn't even that big of a spoiler anyways. But Subaru kind of thought the same thing, where, I guess the meaning of the timeline he was currently in didn't really matter too much, because he could always just try again in a new timeline. And I feel like the same thing is going on here with Satoko. She has the ability to loop. If she doesn't like the timeline that she's in, then she can just die and then restart the timeline and try again and try to get the perfect outcome that she wants. And she doesn't care about anything that happens in any of these other timelines. So, for example, her doing these terrible things to Rika, yeah, she's going to feel a massive world of hurt while she's in these, kind of, I guess, non-important timelines. But since once once Satoko gets her way and they're in the perfect timeline, then Rika won't have to suffer. But it's kind of weird because it's I don't know. It's just a very interesting way of looking at things. Because if you have the power to, I guess, travel to different timelines, do the timelines that you're not currently in, do they not matter? The damage that she's doing to all of these other timelines while trying to find her perfect one clearly doesn't matter to her. But I wonder if it does to Rika. I wonder if... Or maybe Rika's become numb to it. maybe after spending so many years, hundreds of years looping through these same timelines, whenever one of her friends dies, she's just like, ah, man, here we go again. Instead of actually being devastated that her friend is dead, because she knows she can just go back to a new timeline and they're perfectly fine. So maybe they both kind of have this same sort of mindset. And I guess, dude, if you really think about it, they're both kind of doing the same thing. They're both manipulating time and the, I guess, series of events that are supposed to happen. They're both manipulating them in order to achieve some sort of perfect timeline. Now, Rika's perfect timeline is just her trying to save all of her friends. She doesn't want anyone to die. She wants everyone to make it through so they can move on with their lives and live the rest of their lives happily together. Whereas Satoko wants to find the perfect timeline where she can convince Rika not to want to leave Hinamizawa so that they can spend the rest of their lives together and all of this jazz. But I guess a lot of people can side with Rika more here, because Rika, she's doing this for her friends and also for herself a bit, but she's mainly just trying to do some detective work, figure out why these killings are happening, trying to stop them so she can save as many people as she can, whereas Satoko is willing to do as much damage and kill as many people as it takes in order to achieve what she wants. So it's kind of like two different sides of the same coin if you think about it. And I don't know, it's just so interesting seeing how this happened and finally getting to know the truth behind everything that's been going on in Go, and actually seeing Satoko get a hold of the injections. And also, like, let me know if I was right or not on my theory behind the serum. I believe that the serum is supposed to like accelerate the Hinamizawa syndrome, right? Or maybe like replicate it. I'm not sure. Because Takano right there was supposed to inject Tomitake, then he was supposed to go crazy and they were gonna like make a paper or something on it and it was gonna blow up and give them the publicity that they wanted. So my guess is that this same serum was also used by Satoko to inject into Reina and make her kill Keiichi, or inject into, well, we still don't know if it was Mion. Wait, no, we don't know if it was Mion or Shion during that arc, but she injected one of them. She injected Teppei most likely. No. Oh man, I feel like someone explained it last episode, but I don't remember. I believe she injected Oyashiro-sama and something else happened to Teppei. Maybe his Hinamizawa syndrome naturally triggered because he left the town and then came back. And we know that if you leave the town, then you start to like go crazy. So maybe that's why he kind of was cursed. This is so interesting, man. What a great series. I had a blast watching through this from start to finish. It was really cool kind of picking up on things and coming up with theories that may or may not be true. And there's still some that we have to find out now, like what the heck happened to Satoshi. I have no idea. Hopefully we can find out next season. And I'm really excited to see Rika's response to this, I guess, the pure timeline. The one where Satoko pulls the gun on Rika. I want to know how she responds to it, how that timeline ends, and where they move forward from there. Because they both know that each other are loopers now. Rika now knows that Satoko was behind all of these terrible things. So what's she going to do now that she has this information? I don't know, man. But my question of the day for you guys is going to be, so who would you say is the worst person, or I guess a more evil person in this story? Do you think that it is well, I guess her name is Aiwa-san. Do you think that Aiwa-san is the true mastermind and the true villain behind this series for giving this power to Satoko and for kind of, I guess, egging her on and feeding into her like psychotic, I don't know, plans that she's been coming up with? Or do you think that Satoko is the main villain for coming up with these psychotic plans and going through with these psychotic plans? Let me know who you think is worse. Ayuwa-san or Satoko. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But anyways, with that, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you all so much for watching this far into the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, comment your thoughts on the episode down below, and subscribe for more Slice Shonen content. And with that, I'm going to head out, so I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a good one.